What's going on, everybody? Yo, welcome to a special. Yo, we're gonna have a sit down tonight. You know what I'm saying? Chill and chill. Listen, y'all know I usually don't stream unless something's going on stream, whatever, right? So check this out, right? I'm gonna ask that y'all respectfully be respectful in the chat. Y'all know I'm not really gonna be reading it, but yo mods, y'all know what to do. Um, yo, tonight we're gonna have a conversation between myself and Gary from Went Up Underground. For those who know, for those who don't know, it is what it is. This is something that could have happened, in private behind closed doors. But for me, this is going to be an example of how you deal with things, what I'm saying, as adults, what I'm saying, for people to be able to see the process, full transparency and whatnot. And so when you're doing something like this, you need a moderator. And who better to moderate than the guy with the glasses, John B.
Thank you, Mo. Thanks for having me on. What's up, everybody? I'm glad you guys are watching. I'm glad that Mo and Gary allowed me to be here, just to make sure that everyone has a chance to speak. I've reached out to them, individually, regarding a lot of these issues and misunderstandings and drama. And, I think this is a good platform, to show that three strong ass individuals who have issues can actually just have a real talk.
Yeah.
Having said that, let's throw on Gary.
Yeah, no doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know him, One Up Underground. I don't want to say owner, but it's Gary from One Up Underground. Like, I don't know if it's an entity, but
It's your boy back with another banger. Let's go.
What's
get
up,
it
Gary?
in.
Hey,
What's
Gary, what
going on,
shirt are you
gentlemen?
wearing right now?
This right here is actually Crooks and Castles, the Filipino skateboarding
Yeah.
company. Yeah. So a lot of people don't know I actually board, used to skate a little bit more now here in AZ, but Crooks and Castle was one of the brands that I started when they were super low key. And what was really cool about them, they used to self finance. Now they worldwide. So just another self made up and coming minority brand getting it in, fam.
I love that. I love that. I used to collab with Crooks and Castles back in my Capcom days. I also see you have a nice pair of is that Bread 11s that I see?
We got the 11s and the 45. So there, like I said, every time we talk, you told me to make sure I'm showing you what I'm wearing, but that's secondary. We're gonna get to what's important tonight.
Exactly. So what just kind of lighten up the mood real quick. I think
Yeah.
don't get us too sweet because we all from the same clique. I'm rep today LWO, Mo, Bullet Club,
Bullet Club.
Bullet Club. Okay, you know
Oh,
what?
tonight, John, later on, I will be with the Hobie Gotham City Arcade. Y'all better not believe we forgetting about another unpopular opinion, but that's gonna be after this show. But we're gonna certainly rep the NWO on that show as well.
Sounds good. Okay, without further ado, let's. This is Mike's show, and it's being restreamed. This is our show, but it's a collaboration between Mode and Gary. And again, it's like there's a lot of things that happen, and I'll just stand back and listen. And again, I hope both of you don't read the chat. Just talk to each other. Let's all talk to each other. And yeah, Mode. I mean, it's been at least a week now, right? Or I don't. I
yeah,
can't remember how many days.
it's something like that. Yeah, a little
Yeah,
bit over a week.
a lot of stressful days, a lot of stressful nights. I
Yeah.
think all of us were under some stress. So, why don't you speak on it a little bit and, kind of let us know your thoughts.
All right then. So all right, y'all. So for those who were here, you guys saw the what I'm saying? You guys saw the stream and hold up with this. Well, all right. So a couple months ago, maybe a month and a half ago, or whatever else, right? You know what I mean? So I had y'all know how I get. If I'm passionate about something, y'all know how I get, right? You know what I'm saying? So I had a little blow up, a little mini tangent. It was started on Cornercade, and then it kind of rolled over to One Up Underground. You know what I'm saying? Promo mode kicks in. It is what it is. Last Tuesday night, Travis was on the show, and you know what I mean. Like Travis is a grown man, right? So shouldn't white knight, shouldn't whatever else, right? Because Travis can speak for himself. However, Me knowing what he's going through, that's my friend. You know what I'm saying? And then so when I see stuff like this, right, and this goes for anybody, it don't matter if it's Cham or Haffy or whatever else, or Nick, aka UAG, or whatever else, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm always like, yo, I'm gonna defend my friends. You know what I'm saying? And he was real bothered by it. I don't know why he decided to speak about it on stream. He did. But I co-signed it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, hey, this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Like, you can't go out and just be like, yo, hey, well, this, will that. You know what I mean? Not only is it like disparaging the people who are actually like already getting crap, whether it be DMs or whatever else, like on his end or whatever, right? But, he lost, you know what I'm saying, the best friend, and you know what I mean? And I'm just like, all right, whatever. So promo mode kicked in a little bit, right? And so I know what I said. I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I know I was wrong when I said it. Like, it came out of my mouth, and I was like, yeesh. But, I was already in full swing. Got hella disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And I can own that. Y'all know me. I can own that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then it's just like, yo, I just see all this stuff like blowing up and blowing up. And I'm getting messages. And I'm just like, okay. Yeah, man. And it's just one of the things where it's like, all right, well, this should be settled, whatever else, right? Again, stuff happened. It went down. I don't want to rehash all that. You know what I mean? But my thing is this, right? And John, you can speak to this, right? Like, so listen, y'all know me. I love the FGC. I love the RFGC, right? Like, I feel like that's home. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's family. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people that we rock with, you know what I'm saying? We do a lot of stuff over there on the MOATPlays channel. It's all fighting game stuff because that's how I rock with, right? And that community is already toxic, right? And so when I see stuff when I hear streams and I watch streams, it's like, oh, well, we're going to make disparaging remarks and, these guys are doing this, but it's not good enough. I can do it better, when I'm just like, but you haven't done anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of stuff that it irritates me. But regardless if it irritates me or not, we never cross the rules of engagement. You know what I'm saying? And for me, lines were crossed. You know what I'm saying? Whether, you know what I'm saying, if I incited them or not, which pretty sure I did. But it's just like, yo, there's just certain things you don't do, certain things you don't say. You know what I mean? And it's just one of them lines where it's just like, okay, well, let's walk it back, whatever else. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like, it bugged me, not only because, you know what I'm saying, like, this was going on, but it's two minorities, like, arguing in the social media space, you know what I'm saying? For, like, the whole world to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, this whole thing is just going bananas and going ham banana sandwich, right? And it's just one of them things like, this shouldn't even be a thing. Honestly, you know what I mean? This should have been something that was honestly handled behind closed doors or whatever else. But like, legit, I am extremely passionate about the stuff that we do. You know what I mean? Like, I think one of the, you know what I'm saying, regardless of, whatever else, I think one of the comments that, you know what I'm saying, really got to me was like, I'm trying to be like Rev. Nick knows I'm not trying to be like him. Literally, we were just talking to Nick in Discord a couple days ago. Like, Rev knows I'm not trying to be like him, man, because now other people, I can't speak for other people. Other people doing it for clout. Me, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, so much toxicity that goes on. The fact that I helped contribute to it is on me. You know what I mean? But the fact that it spiraled to the way it did, and then other people getting involved and putting videos out, like, just, it's messy. But at the end of the day, and again, I want this to be an example where it's like, yo, hey, people should come together, talk, solve this stuff. Because if it did, 8 times out of 10, a lot of the nonsense that goes on can be dealt with, whatever else, right? My main issue is, it's not really an issue, it's like my concern. It's like, yo, like, the people that are sitting here doing the work, don't cut them down. You know what I mean? Whatever they got 1 or 2 or however many else, right? You don't cut them down because everybody's trying to do something. It's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It's gatekeeping in a way, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's telling people, oh, well, it's y'all are doing this. It's not this. I'm going to do this. It's going to be 20 times better than this. But if you're not even involved in that community, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, your reputation is everything. And my thing is like, yo, like, all you've got is your reputation in this space. You know what I'm saying? Whether you care about being a content creator or you don't care about a content creator, you care about likes, whatever else, right? And the FGC and RGC, none of that matters. know what I'm saying? It's about respect and whatever else, right? And so for me, it was just like real disrespectful. Again, I was wrong. That's why I messaged and apologized, because I'm just like, yo, like, we need to talk, because this is ridiculous. You know what I mean? But again, I know me, promo mode, pocket, out of it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm wrong on that. But again, I think, you know what I'm saying, it's just, if a conversation can occur, that's what should happen. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just my thing, right? You know what I'm saying? That's just my thing of it.
Spoken from the heart, Moat. Thank you for that. Gary, let's hear
Yeah,
some.
man. One thing, John, again, we'll say communication's key, speculation is truth unless you communicate. So, I got about 2 days worth of just thoughts and whatnot on everything, because if you look at it from just that moment, from the Sunday show, and just to let everybody know, I got some stuff written down that I think it's productive, because it makes sure it captures everything in a professional but assertive way. But it's not a matter of that event. We're talking about like 6 to 8 months of a backstory that, if you really don't understand the entire situation, is kind of out of context. So I'm not going to take the entire day, but I'm trying to come through and explain essentially why things happen. And I think being who you are and where you're from and doing what you're doing, if you were in my shoes, after I explain it in a way, it's a way to third eye think that. So I appreciate you allowing me to do this, and John and everybody, just so y'all know, I got receipts on everything. I'm not one to just first 48 somebody and put all the DMs and all the stuff in there, but I can speak on it. So I'm trying to make sure we're understanding some things here. So first of all, I know when anyone's on social media, are there rules when you're ready on both sides of this and disrespect someone? There were certain times, like you say, you've taught me that. I've seen you do that to other people before I was even with the One Up Underground, whatnot. Sometimes it's displayed as arrogance, and this is as a viewer and now as a different brand, on a weekly basis, with things that you say and do that purposely degrade and disparage me as a person or as a brand. I've never said we were better. I said what I'm doing is different. I did say my title you gonna win and defend, and ain't no participation trophies. I wasn't naming nobody's tournament. If that hit a nerve, I apologize. What I'm getting at is, this is where we are not the same here right now, Mo. The majority of your viewing audience, they don't look like you or myself. These are retail consumers that are traditionally upper class or suburban family with disposable income that can buy what they want. The majority of my viewers do look like you and I do. They may or may not have the same type of disposable income, but they support One Up as well. And they want a little adult, unique, branded flavor, nothing that's out there. Again, it's going to be some different stuff. You can't say adult arcade because you can get yourself in trouble, right? But we ain't designed for what you're doing. We in our own lane, right? So you have to keep a PG look and an image online, seeing as how, you yourself had kids and you have partnerships with families that do. I don't. You have to watch what you say and worry about the viewers you may think may affect your brand. I don't. You are afraid to lose friends, I feel, viewers, followers, and subscribers online if that sacrifice your ability to grow. I don't. You define success, and this is how I feel, with being around people that are only connected with these brands and only associated with the in crowd. I don't. And you want to know why? My content is 100% unscripted, one-up reality TV. You're right. It was kind of a hot mess with John, but it was supposed to be. We wasn't looking what I think John was like, fuck the chats, fuck them. Not literally fuck them, but we sitting down here, you know. It's not the structure stuff everybody's been seeing because my stuff ain't the same as everybody. It's not supposed, it's not being arrogant, it's just what it is, right? So you given that, and then you know, my content, like I said, is supposed to be unscripted for people 21 and up, nothing more, nothing less. I should have the right to do and say what I want to do and say in an adult setting about someone that disrespected me for the last time. Because that FU bomb and dissing me wasn't the first time. You dissed me with the quarter K, like you said, a couple of months before. And then we had some other history for 6 months before where I was doing what you just said on live TV that I should to reach out privately, knock on the doors, communicate. Because the whole world think I just went out of nowhere, went nuclear. Now, I'm not Vladimir Putin. I'm trying to, I've been reaching out to you. So, you know, you have a bigger audience. You can set the narrative. You can have kamikaze mofos that want to call me the bully because they think my reaction was so big. Why did he do this? And without context, I probably would have done what Mr. Potato Head did. But again, I ain't gonna call no names. I apologize. Damien. I get that. But what I'm getting at is, I bet right now, you have a smartphone with tons of hip hop tracks and rap music that echoes what I've said, plus a lot more worse. Hell, I know for a fact you got some bombing ass tracks that say the same stuff, if not worse, and you bump that and you perpetuate it. So why is it different and everyone's so upset that I'm saying and doing it with content that I'm taking from already online than what you got in your smartphone or your video games you play or the movies you see? I'm not Joel Osteen. I'm not trying to be. I think everyone's shocked here that I'm supposed to be following those rules. I don't, because I don't need to. It's not arrogance. That's why I'm trying to find my lane. So what's the difference between that and what I just did for free this past month and a half? Well, both you and Damien were literally my reply. I didn't proactively and pick a fight with Damien. I didn't proactively and pick the fight with you. I've asked you for help multiple times. I ain't gonna go into specifics. So what I'm getting at is, it's okay to buy and stream from artists and listen to movies or play video games and play that type of life. But if I do it, it's somehow selective outrage that I'm using the same content that other people are either dissing other people and whatnot. That's just, I mean, if I'm canceled, fuck it, I'm canceled. But I guess what I'm getting at is, it's because I've been to a point where I've been poked, pushed, and then kicked in the ass, right? And made an example of not once or twice. So what I'm a little concerned about right now, and I just hope in general because this is what really got me 0 to 100, is that you have selective you have selective outrage, and you diss the mess out of me. For people who associate with you, you don't diss them like that. You know, when other prominent people diss you, you know, so what was the difference between them or me? You know, is it a matter of do you respect me? Do you not? You know, and listening to what you're saying, I believe you want to move forward. This is genuine. I want to make sure I ain't BSing you. So let's not forget that this was after I tried for 8 months now to reach out multiple times, even with other people. I'm not going to bring other names in it. This is Joe and I conversations. But co-hosts and guests that I've had on the show, and other people that are moderators in my show. Remember, you was the first moderator request that set for about 3 weeks. And then I branched it out to everybody else. There was other stuff where, again, I ain't gonna get into specifics, but you know, what you see as me being out of bounds, I just see as noticing your flaws and exposing you online, right? What you see as me being below the belt, I see as areas that you avoid online and may be ashamed of. And you may think it's out of line, but I call it like I see it. If some mofo disses me and continues to diss me and make me an example of in an audience for no reason after I give him flowers and respect, I was. I know you got PG audience. I was crapping all over Travis. He had every right to be mad at me, but I was giving you your flowers. So what I'm getting at the end of the day is, look, I'm sorry, I'm unfiltered, and I don't have Glenn Circle Jerk Group, John Circle Jerk Group, One Up Circle Jerk Group to be accountable for. I'm not a family fucking man. You know, it's just me. You know, One Up Underground. You know, I don't need to suck. I'm not saying you do, but I need to suck AtGames, iiRcade, or One Up Dick to get validation online. Most of your audience do, but I don't. I don't need you to like or subscribe or share any of my content, social pages, sign NDAs, be friends with, or sell out to the same audience that's just as toxic and two-faced as we are. The same audience, and this is the truest stuff I ever wrote, real talk, the same audience that will knowingly say and support you will turn around and support the other mofos that are toxic, your enemies, and sit back and relax and give them likes and subscribe. So I see it as it's being done on a nightly basis. So at the end of the day, we're the victim. It's one big figure eight, right? The audience does this, so we do it. The audience does it, we do it, right? So I'm just saying at the end of the day, the community is fake and full of shit. Most of the people, I'm not saying the general audience, those are the good people coming into the communities that see the Instagram page or, you know, the TikTok and the Facebook official page. I never really stood why they had an unofficial official page and an official page. And I now see that. We are all fucking toxic and misfits. We do this shit. We love this shit, and we all do. I'm not guilty. Remember, my first video and my all videos, I say, y'all full of shit, but I say I'm full of shit. You can call me out. But at the end of the day, I'm not trying to be Black Rexer. I love One Up. I'm not trying to be that Velociraptor looking, Harry Potter, Sorcerer's Stones looking cat. Oh, he was like, racist. Yeah, okay, whatever. What I'm getting at is, this dude is a hater because of things with other history. It has nothing to do with my beef. Now, if we have similar beefs, well, why not? But that's a cop-out to just call me that. What is your standing with this, right? So what I'm getting at the end of the day is, this is entertainment. This is all they want to see is us do this. So it's simple. I believe if you cross me the way you cross me, I could break your ass down. Now, there's no different than back in the day. You were 80s, baby. What did they do back in the day in the mill and whatnot? We would do the same thing. You know, Joe, come on. But you're a family man. So for you, it's out of line. I get that. But I don't know there's rules to it when I'm engaging someone I've been trying to communicate as a nice guy for 3 to 6 months. He sandbags me. Look, I'm almost done. Listen, this is just my opinion, but I don't look at it the same ways as married men and dudes with kids think. I'm coming at you on a different level. It's not saying it's better. It's just a different level. Now, at the end of the day, if I can say and do whatever the fuck I want in retaliation, remember, both instances were retaliation, legitimate. I got receipts why I retaliated. I did not proactively reach out. Then I need to understand why it's okay for other people to do it, and it's a problem that I did it. Now, at the end of the day, with that said, I just want to go back to February 9th of this year. You do remember that instant message I sent you on Facebook Messenger. It outlined those 7 instances that I was mad. I was getting ready to go hot. And I reached out to you. I did what you told me to. And we talked about it. And you said you had a friend or a family member pass. And I was like, we good. And ever since that day, you've been secretly dissing me on Twitter and all these other places. I've been giving you flowers. I've been giving stuff low key, but you razz everybody. I know you bully good or whatnot. But what I'm getting at is, it was 2 times you made me example of. And it's not like you didn't know where I was coming from. Now I'm almost done, y'all. I appreciate y'all being patient with me. So why did it take so long for you to get back with me after I did reach out so several times? Now, you tried to make an example out of me with the same fake crowd that talks shit and were sandbagging you. Because I was the one asking why wasn't Mo at the actual One Up House in Chicago? You know, how come Mo wasn't in the other promotions going on? I was pulling for Mo to be on that. What's that One Up show over Travis? You sitting here dissing one of your best, you know, greatest fans, low key repping the underground. Oh no, keep the breads. But for some reason, it was literally, you know, shitting on me was the thing to do instead of you communicated to me. Now you ended up doing that, but it was too late by then. What made you decide it was okay to start dissing me in front of other people in the community? What made you think it was okay to diss me on Twitter? What made you decide to go along with Damien's narrative? Because during Sunday's show, he was the one that was a chatty Cathy. I was doing a hashtag let John speak or talk or whatever. And you have so much pull and responsible to say, Damien, just sit down. You know, let this man trip and fall. Technically, if y'all didn't like what y'all saw, it should be a done deal. Let him go ahead and pull the pin himself, blow up, self-destruct. But I got more hate than I actually got actual reviews. And I looked at it in a different light and I'm like, let's just keep it moving. But we couldn't keep it moving because of the drama, because the community thinks that I'm being the bad guy. So what made you decide that on that night, Tuesday, you have never gone out of character? Travis has never gone out of that character. What really hurt me and what really kicked me over the edge was, on top of the fact that was the second night you made an example of me, you guys were ping-ponging another prominent YouTube representative. And then when you went to me, it was a situation where, okay, I get that there's a fine line between white knight and Captain Save-A-Ho. You know, I think you see opportunity to either kick me when I'm down, or you feel some type of way where you think I may be maybe some type of competition, which I hope it is, and we both from the mill. You know, other than the fact that you like the Vikings, and I guess Philadelphia, I guess that's cool. But what I'm getting at is last night's stream, you be doing shit. I'm sorry, you be doing stuff you don't even know that's low-key slick dissing. So even last night on Steven's stream, and when all the drama, rightfully so, that was going on that show, you had an opportunity to address it, which you did, but you labeled me, quote unquote, as a certain individual. And that's a negative connotation stereotype. You know, you know full and well my name and One Up Underground. Now, if you didn't know you was doing that, that was cool. But when you referencing that, it's not the same. That means something is you're putting that individual in the box. Communicate me as an adult in the future. Treat me with respect if you're getting respect. I don't care if you with the best in crowd or the people that you don't really care about, because I know you real. Otherwise, I know you hopscotching in and out and you're not real. And it's not being a black Rexer. It's just calling you out for what it is. I'm almost done, everybody. Now, when you say verbiage that purposely you're setting an expectation, being a leader in the community, for what not only you or what the other community members think. So you may get other kamikaze mofos that's trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho for you and start stuff and you can't control it. You're a bigger brand. You should have more responsibility for that, even if I mess with you. So that's something I feel bad about, because if I pertain to you actually come into that, I apologize. Now, you've been really low-key shady as AF for about 8 months with me, low-key. And I've been taking it. Now, either you have something really personally against me, or you have selective outrage. Either way, please let me know when I'm finished so we can just come face to face and understand how we communicate. Now, remember, Rexer clowns you and Michael B on that Getaway show. Now, you didn't act like that with Rex. You didn't act like that with other people that be calling you out. So what is the difference between everybody else and me? Now, if you aren't okay with dissing me anymore, unless if I do something that, again, is warranted getting dissed, I'm cool with it. But if we're done with this right now and actually trying to move forward, like I said, that post was serious. I have been working on trying to be a good human being. So let's look at it this way. Whenever you talk down to me or talk about me to others, or when you're talking, you know what, about me on Twitter, or calling me a certain individual, or saying F you on live stream, after you dissed me on live stream before, the drama's gonna blow up. I feel the same as you do. The way you felt, the way I did what I did, I felt the same way when you made an example out of me and did all that. But I can change as a person. I really can. Now, if it goes back and people come at me and whatnot, I guess I'll be on my Uncle Donnie, and hit back, But I'm not trying to go nuclear anymore. Again, I'm trying to be a good human being. Now, if you can admit, I can admit I came at you sideways and out of order, but that was the reason why. I do feel justified for doing it, but I also understand it was out of line. Now the community understands why I was justified at doing it, and not just me being a POS bully that these narratives are going out, which is untrue. Now, I can say your name anytime if it's good news, bad news, or indifferent. I'm asking you to do the same for me. I don't care if you own the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air show all the way down to the roughest spot in America, because that lets me know and the one up underground and my fans know that you 100, because you say a buck, and not just a buck when you're in certain areas with certain people. Now, I know you ain't afraid of me. I know you ain't a hater. I'm not saying to show me love either, but show me respect is what I'm asking. It's all about respect. If you have my respect, then I will have remorse for things I do say. I will be guilty and ashamed for things I do, and as everyone should as adults. But if that's not there, then how can I have that? It's all on the table. I'm lighting your ass up. Now, in order to get my apology, I have to make sure I'm looking at Word and looking to make changes. And I hope everybody in the community understands that. I hope you do the same as well. You need to be more honest with yourself, because the narrative wasn't that I just blew up after one show in 72 hours. More like 7 to 8 months of, mainly your fault. Now, I don't care about the community, if they all on your side, if nobody's on my side. I spoke the truth. If you got any questions, anybody, I got receipts. I'm not trying to air out all the stuff. I don't first 48 people. Now, in the future, let's continue to communicate. Now, the rest is up to you. I'm willing to change if you can change. Now, if you diss me again, I'm gonna stick the knife in and turn it. But it's Good Friday. I want to end this. I can respect you, and I do respect you. This ain't no lines or whatnot. We need to stop BSing people. You can't hopscotch in and out or being supportive for me, against me, being purposely vague, doing other things, coming in, doing stuff, sabotaging each other. I'm not telling me to carry me over the finish line. Just treat me the same way you do everybody else on all levels. And that's all I got to say. So appreciate it.
Okay. Mo, why don't you, let's get everyone here. You both kind of spoke your, what you guys were feeling, appreciated the open and honesty. Mo, I'll give you time to respond to anything if you'd like.
All right, cool. I'm going to take my glasses off because I'm going to look in the camera when I say this, right? You know what I'm saying? So, he's right. 7-8 months, you know what I'm saying? I got DMs and whatever else, right? You know what I'm saying? Misunderstanding with him getting kicked out the Blitz group, even though I didn't do that. That was an execute order by 66 by somebody else. Got nothing to do with that. He did send me messages for being moderator. But anybody who knows me, put a 1 in the chat if y'all message me on Facebook and y'all don't get a response.
I'm not talking about them, though.
No.
I'm talking about 6 to 8 months.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So over the last 6 to 8 months, you know what I'm saying? He's reached out, whatever else, right? He asked about the Geek Worm situation for that or whatever. I responded, and that was the day. Come here, skank. You ever try to grab something you can't?
Is that your cat's name?
Mo,
No,
it's
no,
actually in
no.
the whatchamacallit right here if you want to
So,
read it off, or while
no, I
you're
don't know.
tech
It's
folks.
not. It's not about.
Okay.
It's not
Because
about
there's
closing DMs
multiple.
with us, right?
Well, we want
You know what I'm
full
saying?
disclosure. We want to make sure at that time there were multiple events. So we had 1,
Yeah,
2,
there's a lot.
3,
So I'm
4.
so
Remember?
Hey, Gary,
Yeah.
let me interrupt real
not,
quick.
go ahead.
Go
I
ahead. Go ahead.
just want Mo to go ahead and talk and listen.
Yeah.
Everyone had their chance.
So and I'll pull it up on my phone just so I can look at it real fast, right? Because you know what I'm saying,
Appreciate
he's
it.
right. Like he's right. Like in the last 6 to 8 months, he's absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, he definitely reached out. You know what I mean? One of the major times he reached out was you know what I'm saying? One of the major times he reached out was back in November. And when he reached out in November, it was right after it was in the matter of fact, SWAT reached out about
Hmm.
Geek Farm. And I was like, yo, I plugged T Call's video because anybody who knows that's how we set up the Geek Worm stuff, right? And I didn't respond. I'm like, yo, here it is. And I don't remember if it was SWAT or if it was Gary that asked for video. And I'm like, I don't have that kind of time. The same day that happened, best friend died. So I'm just kind of like, that's what I'm processing in that moment. You know what I mean? If you pay attention, if like, you know what I'm saying? Like there was a whole decline of me making videos and whatever else. Like I shut down, right? You know what I'm saying? But absolutely, like, and I'm looking at it right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely. He reached out, right? Of course he did. You know what I'm saying? Just like in February, I was supposed to do the show, and then it was Super Bowl Sunday, and it was supposed to be the next week, and the blast turn moves up, and then freaking it never happened. Again, all that happened. That's not a denial. The Twitter thing, I don't understand. I got my Twitter page up right now. I don't talk about people on Twitter. Legitimately, and here's the real talk of it. I've said 2 people's names on Twitter. 2. I said freaking Rexers. I said P-dubs. Now, there's not all right. So when I say rules of engagement, it's not rules of engagement like, oh well, yo, this is all bounds, that's all bounds, whatever, right? But I think you know what I'm saying as adults, yeah, man, yo, certain things you just don't like. You don't take shots at women and children. You know what I mean? Like that's normal stuff. You know what I mean? It's not about community. It's not about subs. Everybody.
No one's taking shots. If I can respond.
No.
If anything, I was going to bat for them. What it was, again, can't take it out of context. It was, if you can be on Facebook or Twitter, Discord and whatnot for 5 to 6 days out of the week for 3 to 4 hours. I have friends, family members, and siblings that have kids, you know, and you're a great dad. So the knock was, you know, there's always more time for kids. So I was challenging you to, if you know, I'm single, I have no kids. I be Call of Duty all the time. What I'm saying is I'm not even on more than 3 days, maybe now and then. I'm like, you should literally get you a little cable company communique. And that wasn't knocking you the way, it was going to bat. You need to be here for them. So if you Fox News it to say, well, Gary talked about kids, you're not lying, but you're Fox News in it.
That's not the intention. The intention is like, yo, like I would never take it personal. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Like personal. You know what I'm saying?
If you and said if I said F you on live stream in front of about 200 or 300 people that you know in the community after I dissed you on live stream 2.5 weeks ago, in front of the same crowd after the 8 months we've been through it, the mislead, the no-shows, the lack of communication, and you didn't call me out by name, but you say things cryptic sometimes, or and then Rexer called you out on it too. You're purposely vague, or you stay in the middle of it, so you can either take both sides. Or I'm not saying I'm saying it. So but that's what the issue was, and because we didn't communicate, you let it be fester, right? So technically, I have a right to feel a certain way because I'm doing all the things right.
No one would ever tell anybody how to feel or not to feel. Again, that's not the thing. My thing is when it gets to the personal part of it. You know what I mean? That's when I get the issue. So, Rexer, you brought up Rexer. Okay. You brought up Rexer real fast. The reason why I didn't say anything to Rexer, you know what I'm saying? Because legitimately, there was an agreement. And there's a lot of content creators that had agreement like, yo, like, we're just going to ignore it. We're going to tune it out. We're not going to pay any attention because if you give fire oxygen, it breathes. If you don't give it the attention, it can't go away. You know what I'm saying? And for anybody who knows, you know what I'm saying? And this is why I took a real issue with it. I don't know how you know what I'm saying? You said you've been watching for a while or whatever, right? So that means you were watching when when the thing happened on Weekly Retro Party where I got that where I got sent that stuff in the mail, and I kept a composure on stream, but then I put out a 16-minute video. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, like, because at the end of the day, the way I look at stuff is like this. I do have kids. And my kids one day are gonna, like, you know what I'm saying, if they watch it, whatever, right? I don't want them to see them like, oh, well, dad's acting like an ass. So that gives me the same, you know what I'm saying, the same kind of ability. You know what I'm saying? Because I give a damn less about subs or whatever else. Y'all are great. Y'all know I think y'all are great, but I've said it once and I'll say it again, right? And I've said it before. The same cats that go watch me, and y'all know who y'all are, because some of y'all in the chat right now will literally go over to Rexer and say the same shit. So I'm not oblivious. I know all that already. At the end of the day, this is about me having fun and enjoying what I do. Again, that's why I apologize. I came out of pocket. I know that. That's why. It wasn't like, oh man, let me just apologize and stuff. No, I apologize because as a man, it's disrespectful, and he's right. It's been more than once. It's been twice.
And I was the same way as well. That was,
you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate,
so I get it.
This wasn't for you. It's for the crowd.
Right.
And this is on some, Milwaukee, getting it in. At the end of the day, your word and this is what John told me on Sunday within our little thing he was like, even if you do end up doing your thing, do you feel that your brand will be successful with a severed RFGC?
Right.
And that was some third eye thinking in a way, because it's like you win the battle but lose the war, right?
And there's already and there's already enough of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so the thing, right? And so like the line, and I know the line I used when I was like, "Yo, he's a Milwaukee dude." That wasn't a personal thing. That's professional. As somebody,
see, I thought you was taking shots.
No. Hold on. That was
and whatnot. And then,
no. See, and I want to explain it. And I want to explain that comment. Right, and I want to explain that comment. So when I say a Milwaukee dude, when I say there's three types of dudes, there's those dudes who move in the shadows and they make moves nobody know about it. There's those dudes that want to do something, they need help, and then there's dudes who sit and tell you something, and then they'll gas it up and nothing happens. I've been burned by plenty of people that I've worked with, that I've helped grow, and whatever else in Milwaukee that have done that. Again, anything I say, I'm not going to attack you as a person. That's professional. You know what I'm saying? But again, it comes out in the moment. You know what I'm saying? No, listen.
It felt like this because of the tonality. I was like,
so realistically speaking, the only person I'm taking shots at is UAG, and UAG know why. But I love that dude. The thing is, but no, I'm not gonna cut a promo. But I love that dude, man. Like, listen, like realistically, in this space, I talk to people on a regular basis. So they're in this space. I talk to Nick, unless CCJ's busy or something. I talk to him. You know what I'm saying? And like freaking whether it be Jade or, you know what I'm saying, whatever. It's like I talk to people, but that's the thing. It's like, yo, like, so when you go back to the 6 to 8 months thing, like I can show you my messenger, and I don't want to expose people DMs. Do you know how many messages I get? Like,
no, you good.
No, but so it's like, you know, it's one of the things, and this is why I don't pay Facebook any attention. I get messages every day. Hey, yo, you want to do this? Hey, yo, you can do that. Hey, here's some new chicks in front of arcades. Hey, there's this. Hey, there's that. John, you probably get some of the same messages. You know what I'm saying? So what do? I mute Messenger. I don't pay attention to it. You know what I'm saying? Just like Facebook. I'll check Facebook once a day. Daily ritual. Wake up, check emails, look at Facebook. I didn't miss anything. Cool. Go about my day. You know what I'm saying? So, and I get that. I get the other. I'm confused about the Twitter thing.
Well, I wasn't trying to get like your phone number and most
no. That's
communicate. So I get that. I get that now. So like, communicated, so it makes sense. You know, I wish I had a flying DeLorean. You know, and be like, hold on.
And it's all good because you know what I'm saying. Like this kind of crap happens, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like, and a lot of people like that. Like I get you a message like, "Yo, hey, yo, did you just take a shot at me?" No. What the hell are you talking about? Not you.
Well, I wouldn't do that.
No, not you. Like other guys message me. Like, yo, what are you talking about?
You got more time to do things, and that's another reason why it's. And I'll say this. John can co-sign. Even I ain't gonna diss him. Even Glenn can say this. One of the reasons why I got kicked out of Glenn's page originally when it was the official page was this was 2018, 2019, and I was pushing for minority representation in like the top 5 of the mix. Because I will say no names, but all the moderators were doing the same regulars. And there were so many. I remember you and some other cats way back in that. This was before Fighters, Evo, and Put Your Quarters of Glass. It was right before that, like 6 to 8 months. And then what was so good about that year after, which kind of spawned that, was, you had, UAG, Sosa, OTGB, who else was out there? Footy Labs, you had Cats, fucking Bobby Boo. You know, it just blew up, and it was great because it was a time where, you know, and numbers don't lie. And John can't account to this because you can't say yes and I ain't trying to be a proprietary, but if you can bring in the people, like I was saying earlier and what I was saying, the people that are coming in and add your brand with the RFGC community and add the traditional buyers and sprinkle in a little more of your, you know, your new releases with your current re-releases. That's a good little even flow mix. So, you know, I'm trying to be here for the long. I'm a little frustrated. My frustration boiled over with a lot of stuff. That's why it was a good reality 3 hours of tomfoolery, I guess. But, you know, for you to understand all sides of it and the build up, appreciate it. You know, let's cease and desist outward and look more inward. I can do that if you can, and just move on.
Yeah. Like literally, like, okay, hold on. Hey, can I get a mod to time out Biggie D? This is not one of those, I'm about to ask John 20 fucking questions so I can make a video.
It's all good, man. It's Good Friday.
I get a timeout on him.
I'm gonna play me some
right, like, bro, like this is not one of them things. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. This is
we're trying to sort things out here.
Right, this is an example. You know what I'm saying? So other cats in the community can benefit stuff. Like, listen, y'all can get access to John, and there's an official arcade one-up group
there's a one-up app.
There's a one-up app. There's a one-up app to message him. I'm like, come on, man. Like, yo, I don't know how many times people got to say, yo, this isn't what this is about tonight.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well, I get that. There was some, to be fair, though, there was some tomfoolery with an overseas release of some random type of cab that may or may not have been confirmed in a different shape and or form. So, you know, things is out there. I could say it again, y'all. Went up underground. I ain't got nothing.
Hey, anyone can say anything. I think that's been addressed in the video.
All I'm saying is what John said, and this is great. And he doesn't literally mean F on B, because I was doing the same thing. He was like, F chat, we having a conversation here. You know, I'm willing to make an example. And that's why I always say with everybody else, because, you know, I ain't going, that's for the other show. I got to get with the other homie later for unpopular opinion. But, you know, I can come at, you know, I'll still zap yo, you know what, if you come at me wrong or sideways. And obviously you now know that I'm not on the same playing field intentionally to, like, if you come at me and we can't communicate, you just start stuff. Like, you know, I'm not trying to be that way, but, you know, please don't make me that way. Because even if somebody would come at me, I'm trying to even still be better. But it's easier at times to hate than love, but the payoff, if you love the network, is 10 times, because then you get more involvement. And that's what I'm trying to do, because like you said, if we can get the tiers going, we can have more people coming in the RFGC, so they watching the I Got Next or Back Alley or 7-Eleven. You know, I'm for that.
Right on.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get in. I'm down for that.
You say something, Mo?
I was about to say something. I literally just lost my thought. Okay, all right. So no. I just got it back, right? All right. So you brought up RFGC, right? Again, it's there's FGC, then there's RFGC. It's a really small area.
Small, very small.
Right. It's extremely small. You know what I'm saying? And it's.
I'm sorry. The one up. Let me clarify. The one up RFGC, and that is for people that just came along when they get these cabs, right? We're starting, believe it or not, Arcade One Up's been up since 2018, almost a hand with a thumb, right? There's a lot of from the OG Shark Fin Street Fighter to the current ones getting ready to happen later this year. I can say it, John can't hold me down. Go get the Capcom.
This is unfiltered.
Anyways, okay. Hey, see, I One Up underground, y'all. I told you. But what I'm getting at is, look at it this way. If we can get an opportunity where you can get positive momentum and create a RFGC within the One Up community is what I'm getting at.
Yep.
That's growing in itself, because we're not even close to the regular RFGC. You're right. So I apologize if I was miswording that. I want to be right by it.
Yeah, I think the point you were trying to say, Mo, is about how small the RFGC is, right? And then we've got to kind of not have these kind of issues. Is that where you were going with that?
It's not even that. Just that. It's more as a people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like let's be real, because even cats watching the stream right now, cats love drama.
Yep.
But let's be real about this. You know what I'm saying? For cats to say they don't love drama, a lot of y'all are sub to Rexer. When Rexer makes videos, and I've told him this before, when Rexer makes videos that are informational, they're great. But when he makes videos about drama, it's about drama. And I'm like, listen, I'm Tony Stark, Iron Man 1. I just want peace.
He's not the only one. There's other.
There's definitely other ones. There's a lot of drama starters. There's a lot of people that are contributing toxicity around here, right? You know what I mean? But
the reason why I'll give Rexer his flowers right now, and I'll tell Jurassic Park this: he does come with the clips. Now the clips may be out of context if he leverages the story, because there are other people that do that. I'm not going to say his name, but he actually lets it run. But he runs with a narrative that's kind of like National Enquirer, right? So with a fine line, I forgot who said it.
I'm not going to speak on
yesterday. There are people that come in the
community. You guys all know,
just to,
go
ahead. My bad.
My issues, but I kind of want to just keep the conversation to the topic.
For sure.
Yeah, what I was getting at though, John, is people come to the community just to network with each other, right? Not so much for the content creators sometimes, right? So if it's an individual's night, what's nice about having that type of media out there, if you are a brand like you, Mo, or like you, John, One Up, is you're doing something right. Now, if there's things that need to be done, i.e. some of the things that he got emails for that kind of put things in the wrong way, but if he's reading verbatim, there are things that One Up has to work on. You can't get mad at the guy getting an email that, kind of turns the light on at something and he can just read it and, put a little flair on it. Does he do that in 100%, like you said? No. What I'm getting at is, you have a responsibility, like I told John when I had his interview, of you have moral hazard, even more than John, because you deal with people from the people that the official brands all the way to the people that are like the underground. You know what I'm saying? Don't knock it. So like you said earlier in your thing, it was like, well, you don't get views or whatnot. It's you could have views per subscriber rate, right? If your view per subscriber rate is over 100%, you're doing good, especially if you've been going about 8 months, which I've been. I'm not advertising, asking, requesting it. We're OG organic, right? It's not for everybody. But not you, but I had a knucklehead that came at me sideways for you, tried to say I was a bully, and then try to knock my page. But, this person's been doing it for a decade and has like 1 to 3%. So you have people that, you can't knock them, that brought more views to his page. So you're right. Let's work on more positive stuff. This is what I'll do. You have Restream, right? When you restream Back Alley and I Got Next, you should add another tier, which you can on yours, and create like a Back Alley or 7-Eleven or Moat page on Facebook. That way you can simulcast and I can reshare that into my page and the other pages. Get more people going with your Friday, Saturday show. I'm down with helping you out, getting it in. You'll be the example, and I hope, I'm saying, you feel positive about it.
I appreciate that, but I don't use Restream when I do that.
Yeah.
I do it through OBS, you know what I'm saying? But I
okay,
think
no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? But see, the thing is, like, like for me personally, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when everybody's like, yo, you could have just streamed this on your main channel, I could have. But the idea was to split it up because, again, it's the audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather, we're building something over here that's specifically for over there. You know what I mean? Like, that's, for me, that's the direction or whatever else.
Foundation. Right? I like that. Respect, man.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could have easily been like, oh, yo, here, y'all can watch this on Fridays and whatever else, right? You know what I'm saying? I already get told them all over. I already got told them already all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So,
See, now you know how John and I was for 3 hours. See, it gets you sometimes. It's weird having a conversation and just. Well, I'm not knocking nobody else's stuff again, but this is Michael Lucas and Gary Rigged. You know what I'm saying? Respect, man. Let's get it in more. It is.
Yeah, I want to speak on the RFGC, and I think when we have our disagreements, let's focus on our commonalities here, right? We're all trying to spend a lot of our own time without getting paid or anything like that, trying to build a community. And look, the RFGC community doesn't need Arcade 1-Up. I'm here to support, everyone who's trying to build a community through these fighting games or what have you, through these tournaments. And I want to see all of us who may have their own different tournament streams and everything else do what the community does, where we have big cameos with each other and support each other. So we've gone through about an hour. I think that we've come to some understanding. I think number one, let's communicate. And a lot of times, because communication, especially on Twitter, especially on and especially even when we're talking, it can get misconstrued to be something else. It's good to kind of just DM each other and say, hey, man, I heard this, what did you mean? And if anyone else, out there, and that's why I wanted to intervene here, is because I believe that you two really like each other. And there's just been a lot of miscommunication. Right?
Bro, legit, I don't hate this man at all. Like, I don't even see the thing is, like, I don't even know him. You know what I'm saying? Like, things like, again, I know Cats and Taito, whatever, on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Not at that level with him. I don't have a problem talking to him. And I've said that before. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, Mike is disrespectful. I'm not. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just what I'm saying.
Okay, well, now you know why it was coming off, but now I know you wasn't intending. But that's the reason where I was, so you can understand where I was. I appreciate it.
But, you know what I'm saying? But again, you know what I'm saying? I've stepped out. I've said it twice, so I'm going to apologize twice. You know what I'm saying? It's not to be offensive or anything else like that. It's just, again, I take certain things very personally. I'm very passionate about.
Same here.
You know what I'm saying? I'm passionate about, like, this RGC thing. Like it's like, I the main thing I hate is, like, I hate when I hear, oh, you're trying to be Rev. No, I'm not. We're doing this shit because it's fun.
Well, thank you
know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like,
Rev are both good.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm like, bro, like, come on, like, I'm doing this, like, bro, this ain't for money or nothing like that. Please, I listen. When he said, when that man was like, yo, I spent $4,200, I didn't get that until I started doing that shit. I'm like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's not about the money. Like, for me, it's about filling a void, because legit, you know what I'm saying? It's about the community. When I'm reading in the online arcade Discord and they're like, yo, we missed this. Yo, can we possibly do this? I'm like, all right, we can maybe do it. And I have Morpheus on the first show and Morpheus is throwing hands, because that's what it's about. Again, when I go live in an hour, this is about the community. You know what I'm saying? Watching these cats throw hands. This ain't for me to be like, oh, yo, he's missing. And we don't want this. No, please believe. No, bro. If he wanted to come back, I'm like, yo, let's do some shit. He probably ain't gonna want to, because he's probably like, yo, fuck it. But you know what I'm saying?
Well, like, for me, I was like, come on,
like, you know what I mean?
An alternative brand, because I'm like, well, Mo got a problem with me. He ain't talking with me, and he connected with UAG, Sosa, all these. OTG is always pretty independent. I was like, well, I'm not trying to, have people pick sides, but I know if they're gonna pick sides, who they gonna go with. So I was just like, and then I understand. Yeah, so I appreciate this in more ways than one. Because now
it's all good. It's all good.
Respect.
Because listen, you're not the first person that said it. You're not going to be the last person that says it. Nick knows I think he's great. You know what I'm saying? He knows that. You know what I mean? Like, it's lightning in a bottle. You're never going to redo that. But what I can do is at least try to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Let the people get their hands dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like Eddie Good, my motherfucking dude. You know what I'm saying?
Eddie Good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, him, Webhead. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, when Tara Duke and stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Welcome to Die, booking these matches. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is more for me. For me, it's more of, let's sit down, let's have some fun. And if Cat's got a problem, yo, hop on these sticks and get busy. For me,
I like that. Let's do it.
You know
what I'm saying?
Like that, and that's what we do over there. Right, and that's what I'm saying. And again, for me, it would have been easy for me to take my main channel, do it, monetize it, whatever else. It's not about that, man. It's about literally, we're growing a separate house, and this is what the house is going to be about. You know what I mean?
No, I appreciate it, man.
Solution, you know what I'm saying?
Foundation. It's the foundation, man.
Rev knows I think he's great, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, never can replace them. You know what I'm saying? But it's trying to keep something going, you know.
All right.
Thank you for setting the record straight, man. I appreciate it.
And it's been
I'll
like
keep
that.
it going.
Like, please believe, like I ain't just ripping cabinets apart for no reason. But yo,
Good
man,
deal,
like
that makes sense.
real talk, like anybody knows I got an issue, dude. I'm gonna DM you, we're gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's
how
it
it
is
should
what it
be.
is. And honestly, yo, this isn't like having battle lines or no other bullshit. This is literally just like
No.
this is what it is, whatever else. I wanted to apologize. He was a man. I am sorry. You know what I'm saying? For like, you know what I'm saying?
Likewise.
Because again, the intention is never to like disrespect anybody except UAG. Hey, UAG. Hey, listen, bro. You and your pizza. You know what I'm saying? But again, I mess with that dude. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, like, for cats too. You're supposed to, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, I don't know you like that. You know what I mean? But again, I don't pay attention to Facebook. You have an easier, realistically speaking, you got an easier time messaging me on Twitter, Discord. Like,
see, that's
a lot of cats. Like, just like,
that's why it snowballed, because some people have their socials, right? So I just have Facebook for the most part, you know. So I'm at work and I'll be like, all right, most people I just message like, hit me up. So now I know.
Thank you, King.
I'll create a little Twitter page. You know, maybe it's One Up Underground needs one. See, now you helping me out, Mo. See, you already moving forward. We'll get one going.
Like, and here's the real talk of it, right? Here's the real talk of it, right? If it's legitimately something that you want to do, I don't gatekeep. I believe if cats can, you know what I'm saying, if they want to do something, I'm always willing to help. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta ingratiate yourself with the community, bro. Like you can't, you know what I'm saying? You gotta not saying get your hands dirty, but you gotta like interact with people. You know what I mean? Like that's just reality. Like you reached out to, you know what I'm saying, you reached out to Blast and that's cool and everything else, right? You know what I'm saying? But the community is more than just Fighters Evo. There's a lot.
Well, Sosa's been reached out. You gotta look at you haven't been on my page. Look at
no. I'm just what I'm saying is,
John's delays of MVC2. Here's the reason why. Okay, so clarification. You're right. Look, you ain't lying. Here, let me explain why. Because I was waiting in the shadows until MVC2 came out to be able to say, John, don't say nothing. I can speak on it because again, I'm underground. That when it was supposed to come out in the fall, it was going to have online. So I waited. And then when it was kicked in the holiday, I thought, okay, at the latest, we get into January or February. And when the One Up Underground came in, I was trying to build momentum, right? But you can only build momentum if you don't know what's going on for a certain amount. And if you can't do that, then, and we're also, what One Up is saying, this year we're not putting cabs out like we did last year. Because remember, a year ago, we had like the Golden TXL, the Shack Jam, or maybe I'm off on one of those, but we had like a mid-March wave of 2 to 3 cabs. There was a January, February, a March, little April, sprinkle, and then the summer. We ain't got that this year. Well, so
there's some heat, but I'm not gonna.
Okay, see,
I get what you're saying though, because I think the point you're trying to make is you wanted One Up Underground, and you felt like MVC2 could have been the game to really take that
to build it up
there. And
there you go.
MVC2 came out with, when we couldn't do rollback, then it kind of messed up your plans for now. Just also know there are other platforms to play MVC2 if you really want that game. There's also platforms that play really well in some fighting games within our genre. But I think of what you're saying is that it took you a long time to kind of settle up and build your community. So when MVC2 came out, that kind of messed up your plans. But I think that all of us going forward, there's been so much toxicity. So many. I've seen stuff yesterday. I see stuff in the past 2 weeks. No one likes being put on blast. No one likes being side talked, and no one likes to let's just try to stay as positive, because we're such a small community. Try to stay as positive as you can. If there's drama, reach out. If you can't reach out to a friend of a friend, just like what happened right here. So sometimes mediation can help. A lot of times it should be private. We did this publicly to kind of prove a point.
It's an example. I'm happy to be a part of this.
And I'm glad. I think there's healing, at least for all of us on this subject, and hopefully we can move on and then just support each other. Hey, I want to support all tournaments that are, using our platform, so I have plans, and I just don't want things to be I can't do it with too much drama, because it's not a good look for our.
That's your question. Can you be successive when you have a severed RFGC community?
So that's
and
what
the
we have
answer is no.
The answer is no. The answer is no, because then look, you guys can do this without us for sure, right? But I think it's better if we all try to work together. And I'm not gonna get butthurt if you guys do things on other platforms, everything else. The community plays what they play. Okay.
Real fast, John. Hey, I want to highlight this. Yo, no, not you, CT Jason. Shut up. What happened to that channel? Put your quarters on the glass. I thought he was your boy, John. What happened to that channel? You don't have to answer that, John.
I don't have to.
I'm gonna let him answer it.
Oh my goodness!
Nice.
Like I said.
Oh my goodness! What is up?
What's up, brother?
What is up? Some old dude. No one.
You ain't got no voice, bro.
If you're gonna come and do a surprise cameo, at least please put your mic on.
Come on, buddy. Oh wow.
You good now, bro. You good, bro. You good.
Okay. Speak on it. Oh, that was it?
He was just here.
Oh.
Is that all he's gonna say?
He did the bad signal on us. He just came in. Listen, if we can bring this man out of hiding and unite the community, I could be a part of that, man.
Wow.
I'm not saying do what he did before, but I'm down, y'all.
Is that it, or is he trying to fix the technical?
I think he's trying to fix them.
Okay.
Let's try that again. Let's try that again.
Okay, there you go.
Hey. Yeah, you're good, bro. You're good.
This is weird. It was like I was in a Twilight Zone or something. I'm having like deja vu. It was wild. Like my connection doesn't. I'm on my phone. I don't have anything. But Johnny boy, what's up, man? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. It's good to see you, man. We gotta go out for dinner sometimes when you're in the city.
Bro, I'll be up there. I got some negotiations happening sometime in May. I just don't have dates locked down. Okay. Mikey, I got to tell you, man. Lindsay told me about this stream, and I was.
Hi, Lindsay.
I had to. She's got you on the 85-inch upstairs laughing, man. I appreciate the entertainment, guys. Listen, man. I hope y'all are doing well. Happy 2023. I'm murking motherfuckers on DMC all day and Battlefield. So if you guys want to get these hands, you know where I clap cheeks at. Please stop on by and we'll have a good time.
You playing Call of Duty?
A lot, man. Yeah, well, I'm waiting on this open beta for Street Fighter 6 because everybody knows once Street Fighter 6 hits, that's going to blow the field away with that $2 million on the cup with a $1 million first place prize. Fuck every other game in the market, bro.
Let me ask you.
You and Mo gotta go and be on the gym playing 6. So, because I'll tell you this, I'll give you guys this for your flowers. You are probably
I'm not
the best.
I don't know about flowers. The only flowers I've ever seen, we always smoked them. So I don't know what you're giving out with flowers right now. So.
Let me give you guys your
my ninja is back.
You two better be in the gym playing Street Fighter 6 so you commentate.
Regular mode, not modern controls, bro.
Well, you can go sticks now controllers. There's champions with controllers, but what I'm saying is that you two are probably the best commentators I've worked with in my entire career, and I've worked with some of the best. Actually, I've worked with all.
That tells me, John, I love you, but you need to go see a neurologist, my friend, because old age is getting to you because you've worked with the best. So listen, guys, I appreciate you. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Johnny boy, I'll hit you up when I'm out there. Mike, dear God, bro.
Okay. Now, this was great. Can we end it on this high note?
Yeah, let's everybody.
Yeah, all right, Rev. I appreciate you, Nick, man.
I'm out.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, guys. Again, if there's beef, let's squash it. Watch sometimes, people's feelings get hurt. Be cognitive of that. But also just reach out. Okay, and then respect is earned and it's not given. Okay,
absolutely. So again, no heat, no beef. I'm good. I'm a DM away. You know what I'm saying? Like legit. Hey, and realistically, honestly, you better chance to get a hold of me on Twitter and freaking Discord.
I'm creating it. Remember,
because even Mike, John will have problems, and I'll respond to John like hours later, like, "Oops." So realistically, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen.
We'll do it this weekend.
But listen,
one. I got you.
You know what I'm saying? But realistically, man. Again, this was about y'all. Take what you want out of this. You know what I mean? I got to end because I legitimately have another stream in like an hour. That I'm actually
Likewise.
supposed to do.
Pay it forward.
Got to
Pay it
watch
forward.
NBA games, so.
You know what I'm saying? But
Cool, guys.
anything else y'all want to say? You know what I mean? Like,
Nah, I'm good.
That's it, man.
all right, chat. Y'all go and have a good holiday, good Friday,
Everyone have a great
Easter, and
Good Friday and
yeah,
Easter Sunday, whatever you guys celebrate. Have a great
Mhm.
weekend.
all right, y'all.